Master Shelva had taught the harmonious combat form for 347 cycles. In that time, he'd trained grandmasters, masters, and hundreds of practitioners across 17 different species. His form was considered the galaxy's most sophisticated martial art of philosophy of movement that took lifetimes to perfect. Then, a human named Corporal Marcus Chun walked into his dojo. "I was told you teach hand-to-hand combat," the human said, his voice flat and pragmatic. Shelva's skin patterns shifted to a patient color, the kind he used for the young and naive. "I teach the harmonious form. It is art, meditation, and philosophy integrated into movement. Most species need 20 cycles just to grasp the basics." Marcus glanced around the training hall, his eyes scanning the murals of the form's 912 techniques. "How long until I can use it in a real fight?" "A fight?" Shelva's patterns flickered with amusement. "The form transcends crude applications. It is about achieving balance between... Yeah, but can it help me survive?" Shelva studied the human more closely. Marcus was dense with muscle, his eyes constantly scanning for exits, weapons, and threats. This was a soldier. "Very well," Shelva conceded. "We begin with the first meditation of stillness. Observe." The master moved into the opening stance, a position representing the universe in perfect equilibrium. It had taken Shelva himself 12 cycles to hold it correctly. Marcus watched for about 15 seconds, then he replicated it perfectly. Shelva's patterns blazed with shock. "Impossible. You cannot simply..." He circled the human, examining him from every angle. The weight distribution, the breathing, the muscle tensional. "Flawless. Like this?" Marcus asked, holding the pose without a hint of strain. "How did you..." Shelva's mind raced. "Your species' neural plasticity." The reports didn't exaggerate. "I just watched you do it," Marcus said with a shrug that didn't break his stance. "Seemed straightforward." Over the next 3 hours, Shelva guided Marcus through the first movement sequence. The river flows through stone. It was a series of defensive redirections that usually took students for cycles to learn. Marcus absorbed it in 40 minutes. His body, a product of a planet where survival meant instant adaptation, processed the movements with terrifying efficiency. "Your people developed this." "Over how long?" Marcus asked, already flowing through the sequence. "The harmonious form has been refined over 11,000 cycles," Shelva replied, his skin now a deep purple respect mixed with unease. Marcus nodded. "Makes sense. Collaborative. Evolution of technique. We do something similar on Earth. We call it mixed martial arts. Take the best from every discipline, adapt it for real combat." "But this isn't just a compilation," Shelva protested. "It's philosophical integration. It requires understanding the nature of conflict, the balance between the way to redirect an opponent's energy against them," Marcus interrupted, demonstrating the principle with a fluidity most intermediate students lacked. "Yeah, we figured that out too. Physics doesn't change just because you add philosophy." By the 4th hour, Marcus was learning techniques Shelva reserved for students with at least a decade of training. The human's pattern recognition was incredible. He could watch a complex movement once, understand its core mechanics, and adapt it to his own body. The spiral ascending, Shelva demonstrated, performing a complex This technique alone has 17 sub-variations. Depending on Marcus replicated it. It wasn't perfect, but it was functional. "You're compensating for your species' higher bone density," Shelva observed, his analytical mind overriding his shock. "The rotation angle I use won't work for you, so you're adjusting the fulcrum point too brilliant. That's actually more efficient for high-gravity species." "Just problem solving," Marcus said, running through the sequence again, smoothing it out. "My body can't move exactly like yours, so I adapt the principle to what I can do." Shelva sat down, his teaching stance forgotten. "Do you understand what you're doing? You're not just learning the form. You're evolving it. In 4 hours, you've made modifications that should require decades of mastery to even conceptualize." Marcus paused. "Is that bad?" "Bad? No. Terrifying. Perhaps." Shelva's patterns turned to a contemplative amber. Humans are pattern recognition machines wrapped in adaptable biology. Your brains are wired to observe, analyze, and replicate with minimal repetition. Your species has spent its entire existence stealing techniques from predators, prey, and each other. We prefer to think of it as learning, Marcus offered with a smile. Learning? Shelva repeated. Yes. Frighteningly efficient learning. He stood, his decision made. Very well, Corporal Chun. I will teach you everything, but understand this. You're not learning an ancient, unchanging art. You are creating something newer. Human interpretation of the harmonious form. What took my people millennia to develop, your species will master, modify, and probably improve within a single generation. Marcus bowed, the gesture respectful but already incorporating elements of the form. Thank you, Master. I won't waste your time. I know you won't, Shelva replied quietly. That's what concerns me. 3 months later, Marcus Chun demonstrated the form to the Galactic Combat Council. He had incorporated modifications that increased its combat efficiency by 37%, all while maintaining the philosophical framework. Within a year, human instructors were teaching Chun's variation in military academies across the coalition. The galaxy was slowly learning what Earth had always known. Humans don't just adapt to challenges. They conquer them, refine them, and make them better. Give a human any technique, and they won't just learn it. They'll master it, improve it, and then teach it back to you. Master Shelva watched his human students' rapid ascent with pride and a touch of melancholy. The harmonious form would never be the same, but perhaps, he thought. That was the point. Nothing stayed unchanged when humans arrived. After all, evolution never stops. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story about humanity's incredible adaptability, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more. We'll see you in the next one.